Hey there. So you want to ask a simple question in German? You might think it's tricky, but honestly, it's way easier than it looks. There's just one little trick you gotta know. In the next few minutes, we're going to break down exactly how to form those German yes-no questions. And, this is the important part, how to answer them like you actually know what you're doing.
Okay, let's start with something we all know. In English, right? We'd say, you live in Munich. That's a statement. To turn it into a question, we just pop that little word do at the front. Do you live in Munich? Easy. We don't even think about it. But German, it does something totally different. And honestly, it's even simpler.
And here it is. This is the big secret. You ready? You just flip the first two words. That's it. It's so simple. To make a question, you take the verb and the subject, and you just swap them. The verb jumps right to the front of the line. And that's the whole magic trick right there.
So, our English question, do you live in Munich, in German becomes, wohnen Sie in München? See what happened there? Wohnen, the verb to live, is now sitting in that number one spot. That simple little flip is all it takes. That's what signals, hey, I'm asking a question.
You know, one thing I love about German is how logical the names for things are. And this is a perfect example. This kind of question is called a Ja/Nein-Frage, literally a yes/no question. Why? Well, because it's a question you can answer with, you guessed it, yes or no. And the dead giveaway, it always starts with the verb.
Okay, let's talk about the golden rule. If you remember nothing else from this, remember this one thing. Verb first. Seriously, get this down and you've basically cracked the code for German yes/no questions.
And it's really just two simple steps. It's like a recipe. Step 1, the verb. Step 2, the subject, the person or thing doing the verb. That's the whole pattern. Verb, then subject. Boom. Let's look at another one, just to really lock it in. Bist du zu 10 Jahre alt? Are you 14 years old? See? Bist is the verb, to be. Du is the subject, you. Verb first, subject second. It follows our golden rule perfectly.
All right, so asking the question, that's half the battle. But what about answering? Let's dive into that, and we'll start with the easy one, how to say yes.
Okay, this is going to be the easiest part, I promise. Answering with ja is exactly as simple as it sounds. So if someone asks you, ist das dein Handy? Is that your phone? You just say, ja, das ist mein Handy. See? You're pretty much just confirming what they asked. Super straightforward.
But what happens when the answer is no? Well, this is where German likes to keep us on our toes. Because it's not just one word for no. Nope, there are actually two different ways to say it, and you need to know which one to use. So that's the big question, isn't it? How do you say no the right way in German? This is one of those things that can really trip people up. Are you supposed to use kein or nicht? Getting this right is a huge step to sounding, like you actually speak the language. So let's break it down right now.
The good news is, the rule is actually pretty clear-cut. Kein is your special tool for one job and one job only, saying no to nouns. People, places, things. Nicht, on the other hand, is your multi-tool. It handles everything else. Verbs, names, locations, you name it.
All right, let's focus on kein first. The best way to think about kein is that it means not a or not any. Its whole purpose in life is to point at a noun and say, nope, not that one. Let's see how it works.
So imagine someone asks you, ist das eine Uhr? Is that a clock? But it's not a clock. You'd answer, nein, das ist keine Uhr. You're saying no to the noun, or, so you absolutely have to use keine here.
Let's do one more. Ist das ein Stift? Is that a pen? And the answer is, nein, das ist kein Stift. Simple as that. Because Stift is a noun, kein is the word for the job. See, it's a specialist.
Okay, now for the other half of the duo, nicht. Think of nicht as your general, all-purpose no. If you're not specifically saying no to a noun, chances are you're going to use nicht. It handles verbs, adjectives, names, pretty much the whole shebang.
For example, kommt Lee aus Japan? Does Lee come from Japan? Now, what are we negating here? We're not negating Japan, we're negating the whole idea, the action of coming from Japan. So the answer has to be, nein, kommt nicht aus Japan.
And what about names? If someone asks, bist du Patrick? Are you Patrick? A name is specific, not just any noun, right? So we use nicht for this too. You'd say, ich bin nicht Patrick. Once you get the hang of it, the pattern really starts to make a lot of sense.
Phew. Okay, that was a lot, I know. So let's do a quick recap. Let's pull together all the essential rules for your German toolkit. So here it is, your cheat sheet.
First, to ask a question, always start with the verb. Number 2, answering with yes is super easy, just ja, and you're good. And for saying no, remember the big rule, use kein if you're negating a noun, and use nicht for literally everything else. That's the whole system right there.
So I've got to leave you with one final question, and I'm going to ask it using the very rule we just went over. Ready? Verstehen Sie jetzt Ja-Nein-Fragen? Do you understand yes-no questions now? I really hope your answer is a big, confident ja.